I am back watching some more One Piece. Things are getting kind of crazy. Admiral KIZARU is here, but again, for a while now, people have been warning me like something big is coming up. And in fact, people even said like, hey, make sure you watch episodes like 404 and 405 together. So yes, I took note of that. I am watching 3 episodes in this video. Remember, if you enjoy this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Really does help. And let's begin. Okay, so he has a whole targeting system. Okay. That is also one of the things that I was saying is like, hey kid, you have magnetism powers. Should be pretty useful in this fight. Yeah. Those lasers really are troublesome, aren't they? I really love those tattoos. I mean, just a small detail. Obviously, like, he's the Surgeon of Death. I don't even know what's the limits of, like, his powers and stuff like that with Law. Even with powers, you probably have to train them to be stronger, because what's to stop him from basically being like, hey, I'll cut you up like I just cut up those soldiers. Sneaky devil, aren't you? That's troublesome. Yeah, he's probably going to put it together soon. He is indeed not a warlord of the sea. I wonder how many of the other rookies have come across warlords of the sea. Probably not many. Okay, now you should know. Like, he's got metal. Kid, you should know. Whether or not he can use that to his advantage, we shall see. Kid is kind of cool. I need to think. What? Certainly you guys can handle one pacifista, just like one. There's 2 of you. Even if it was the real deal, the real warlord, I still would have expected both Kid and Law could have handled even the real deal. Okay, handled might be a little strong. Like, I don't know. Because even with the warlords, like, the power scaling is just so bizarre. Mihawk shows up and I'm like, I don't know, he could be the strongest one, who even knows? Then you see Crocodile and it's like, Luffy beat Crocodile early on in his journey, and then he'd go through, but regardless, I don't really want to get into it right now. I still don't understand how you guys can't handle this one. Good work, Chopper. I mean, it's not going to really do that much damage, but Zoro was definitely going to get cooked. Okay, let's not with the animal abuse. Let's not. Okay. Okay, clearly what we're doing is not working. Okay, Frankie, how about we think through a plan? You're a cyborg. He's a cyborg. Be like, okay, what kind of weaknesses do you think a cyborg would have? And then let's use that to our advantage. Like, wouldn't you know better than anyone? I know you're not exactly the same, don't get me wrong. It's really that strong? Like, Zoro's definitely not at full strength. But Zoro is literally a man that cut through steel. Like, are we forgetting about his fight with Mr. One? Like, I know he's not at full strength here, so maybe he can't do it. But like, what kind of robot or a cyborg should be able to stop his attacks? I guess I'm getting a little frustrated because I would have thought by this point they would have been strong enough to handle one of these things, but I guess I don't really know how strong one of these things are. Like, don't get me wrong, I was expecting the Admiral to turn up and just totally like make a mockery of them. Fully understand that. What? The fuck? Okay. Yeah, tilt up his head. Or do that. Oh, even better. Yeah, I've always said though, even with Robin's powers, the major limitation of them is that she just can't use them all the time. Or that they forget that she can use them all the time. It is kind of funny that the main people who did the most damage to this thing weren't our strongest fighters. Yeah, hopefully he's short-circuited. What is it gonna take him down? Okay, he's just shooting all about. Yeah, what is it gonna take? It's not operating properly. Okay, Bandana Zoro's back. He's doing this again? This is one of those crazy things. Can he cut through him? He's not at full strength, but hopefully he cut through him. All this for one? Yeah, this better take him out. Like, please. Otherwise, I will truly start despairing. Like, I don't mind if it's an admiral that just washes the crew, or an actual warlord, but this is neither. This is just one pacifista, and they've got like, I don't know how many of these they have. They could probably mass produce them. That's the worst part. I do like small Luffy. He'll be fine. All this for one. He better not get back up though. Don't jinx it. PX4. I don't know, Pacifista 4 or something like that. How many are there then? PX4. Is that Sentamaru guy? Does that mean KIZARU's with him? Because we are so cooked if... No, he's got another Pacifista though. What's this one gonna say though, I wonder? PX what? PX1 maybe? An entire warship. All things considered, that's not too bad. I mean, not that I know the cost of an entire warship. Talking about Vegapunk? Captain of Navy Headquarters Science Unit. You see, it's like a tense situation, but then when you see something like that, it's just kind of funny. But they did all of that. Pushed like the entire crew to their limits to handle one. I keep saying it, but it's true. It's frightening. Like, how many of these can you make? I will say, something that this is making me think of is even, you got like Enel or Eneru's robots up on the moon. That's obviously like way in the distant past. You had these civilizations with all sorts of crazy tech and stuff like that. Probably there was some sort of cataclysmic event that happened, you know, in the Void Century or even before, or who even knows what happened. But it does feel like the introduction of these like robots does take you closer to, I guess, the technology level that happened back then. Even with what they said about Vegapunk when they introduced him, they said he's like hundreds of years in the future. Actually, he's probably more in the distant past. Again, the introduction of these pacifista is scary, but I do feel like it has more implications on even the technology level in the One Piece world drastically improving, which I think, if anything, has some bad omens about it with, I don't know what happened in the past, but I have to imagine with the crazy tech that they had with the ancient weapons, it kind of led to some sort of catastrophic event. And maybe we're getting closer and closer to that repeating with the introduction of these. I know that that was a long-winded way of me saying that. But I mean, in the One Piece world, everyone is called by their descriptions. You got Whitebeard, called by, well, he doesn't even have a beard, but you know, it's a mustache. Luffy, Straw Hat, because of a straw hat. This guy seems like kind of a whiny brat, not quite what I was expecting. I thought that this was going to be more tense. This guy just, like, I don't know. This feels like banter. The most tight-lipped guy in the world. Somehow I doubt that. Yeah, you said your name. You see what I mean? Like, I was expecting it to be more tense. PX1. I thought it would be PX1 because he's with this guy. Because he said he's like the lead of the science division or something like that. What? What am I looking at? Okay. Okay. Luffy's not usually one to be like, hey, let's run away. He didn't say it like that, but it's serious. Just how calm he was almost spooky. Luffy's not usually that calm. Is this the end of the episode? Yeah, Luffy never says that. Okay, like, I get it. Good on you, but like, let's take things more serious. Jeez, man. Panty, man. You see, I'm telling you, Usopp has like some sort of hidden potential. Meet on the Sunny in 3 days. Interesting. Okay, I do like the dynamic this creates now with the crew splitting up. Because, you know, it's a little different. I like it. Did that actually hit him? Okay. Is he strong? I mean, it looks like it. You see how big that axe is. Probably has insane durability, though. Just how big he is. Dude, what did he do? The eye seemed like what they did when they used like the hockey. Right? I think so. Greatest defense in the world, okay. What kind of tricks does this guy have? I see that. Yeah, okay, this makes me think that there's, well, I already thought so, but even more to like hockey and things like that. Like they keep stressing it more and more, and then the thing he did with the eyes and then this stuff where it's like you have powers but you don't. No. Okay, like if I didn't think things were bad enough, would she'll recognize, oh my gosh. How the flip can you get away from someone who can travel at the speed of light? Man, light powers are just so overpowered. Not to mention, like, even if he didn't have powers, he's an admiral, so you would have to imagine he's significantly stronger than anything the crew has faced up to this point, aside from another admiral who just let them escape. Yeah.
そこそこやれる剣士だと聞いてたんだけどね。一発 KO とは随分疲れが溜まってたんだね。
I just like, what do I even think with KIZARU? I kind of like him. The way he talks reminds me of Luffy. He just talks slower than Luffy. I mean, the way Luffy talks when he's like, ooh. Okay, who's gonna step in? Something's gonna happen. Somebody step in. Somebody step in. It's like, this will 100% kill him if it hits him. Someone. Are you serious? This is how you leave it? Somebody has to step in, because you know Zoro's not dying. But like, still. Okay, I don't know if I was expecting things to go so bad, so fast. Because, like, again, as I said, I'm expecting something to happen in the next couple of episodes. People have been hinting at something big happening. And I'm, like, vaguely excited, kind of scared. I do like, as I said, which was something I was hoping to see, how much this makes me fear of the world government again. Because I feel like a little bit of fear of the world government was lost. And at the end of the day, I know that they are adversarial. Obviously, some people in the world government good, Kobe, Garp. Aokiji seems fairly good overall. I don't really know what to think of Sengoku. I don't know. He doesn't really seem good, but he doesn't seem like entirely bad. Even KIZARU here, you know, I don't know, laid back and just like, okay, I'll just go and do, you know, what I have to do or something like that. But the crew really does feel more helpless than I was expecting. Not against an admiral. I was expecting that. Against these other pacifista things, which, like, it took them so much effort to take out one. And then another one just showed up, like it was no big deal. And then you have this Sentomaru guy who is kind of interesting, though. It was a little funny, the banter between them. Again, One Piece does that where there are comedic moments, even within the tense moments, which I kind of like that. But again, it just depends on, like, how tense the moment actually is. But this Sentomaru guy was using some sort of powers without actually having devil fruit powers, which the way he used like a particular power looked the same as when they use hockey. When Rayleigh used his hockey, like the eye went like that. When Luffy did as well. So I'm assuming they are introducing more about this mysterious power. We'll just get more and more information about it. But anyway, kind of a crazy cliffhanger, I guess. On to the next. It looks like they lowered the animation quality from the last episode, but it's fine. Friendly fire. Do they not even care? I mean, I guess not. Jeez, quick. Can Law not do anything? Like, Law, do something. Take some... Not a big fan of the animal abuse, but... Law, like, come on. Am I just, like, totally off base here? You got a guy with magnetism powers. He saw, like, some bolts come out of him, didn't he? So you would assume, like, okay, he knows there's, like, some metal in there. Even if he doesn't, though, you got Law, who's like, hey, room, let me see what I could pull out of this guy. Couldn't he be able to? Like, even if it was like, hey, let me pull those eyes out of him or something. I don't know. But, like, something. What? He's playing dead? Come on, kid, do something. Interesting. I was not expecting that to be that effective. Okay, so that just tells you, unlike Luffy who's run into multiple warlords, I would assume the rest haven't seen any. Gonna get right back up. The Terminator is coming for you guys. You have magnetism power. Okay, come on. Okay, good. Got him, okay. I think he might actually be done. It is kind of funny the way he looks though. Just how small the legs are compared to the upper body. It's funny though, because Law thought it was a warlord. I don't blame him, but he did for a while. Beppo needs to be called out though. You got the Kung Fu Polar Bear here. I'm more of a fan of the Kung Fu Panda. What the flip? You see, they have these tense moments, and then they have that. They just don't stop coming. What is this, like PX2? Okay, that was kind of eerie, I liked that. Okay, this is not good though. Who's gonna step in? Somebody has to. Can you reason with KIZARU? You're not gonna be able to hit him. What's taking him so long to actually, like, do anything, though? Like, I get it. Like, for plot reasons, he can't kill Zoro. Is he just, like, he wants to show how powerless they are before him? Like, you can't do anything. Try all you can. You can't stop me. Glint fruit, okay. You know, I got the fact that he's made of light. He's a Logia. The glint fruit. There's no running. If he wants to kill you, you're going to die. He's freaking light. You're not going to be able to... Anyway. Yeah, you can't do anything. What's going to happen? Something has to happen. Because, like, clearly Zoro's not going to die. Really? Okay, the way he just came in like that, though, that was awesome. But he touched a Logia. I guess that makes sense, because even I was assuming, like, there has to be some workarounds for being able to, you know, fight Logias, because otherwise, like, what would the world government do against them if you have a Logia? You just have to find, like, the natural element that is their weakness, but Rayleigh's able to touch him, so there has to be a way to learn that. I would assume that probably also has to do with the mysterious power hockey that they keep bringing up over and over and over again. You know what I will say, which I just thought of now? I know I'm probably going on a bit of a tangent here. I didn't even, like, make this connection until now, but when I saw him, like, kick the light away, or, like, you know, touch the light. Now, obviously, Rayleigh is based on like Sir Walter Raleigh, you know, the English pirate. I guess I just thought about it now. I don't even know if like this is just a coincidence, but in physics, for example, you had Lord Rayleigh, whose biggest contribution was about the way light disperses. Like, I don't know if that was just a happy coincidence, but it's just kind of funny, like Rayleigh dispersed this light attack. Okay, but that was cool the way he came flying in. I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome. Okay, what is he gonna stand down? Man, immediately, like, he became 10 times cooler in my mind, and he was already awesome. Who would win? Like an admiral versus the second in command of the king of the pirates, but he's also old and he's out of his prime? I don't know. Doesn't matter, but I have to assume this would be a pretty even fight. Maybe I'm wrong. Old guy, okay, like, he has a name. I don't know why that was so funny. He really did save them. He came in from nowhere. What? Okay, something about the way that they animated Chopper just looks so wrong there. What's gonna... Are they actually gonna fight? I swear. There's no way. I'm actually shocked, like, the world government didn't make as good of an effort to hunt down and kill every single last Roger pirate. Obviously, I wouldn't want that, but you think that they're too dangerous to be left alive. Now, obviously, easier said than done. I love the way he talks, man. He's like, I just got a job to do, man. Like, yeah, I mean, I was told to wipe them out. I'm just gonna wipe them out. He sounds so reasonable. So clearly he didn't even try and stop them. So like, we can't beat these guys. Yeah, I mean, like, again, for Luffy to say that, that is crazy, but he's not wrong. No, 100%, if Rayleigh doesn't show up, they're all dead. Is Rayleigh gonna stop this attack? Like, he can't do all of this, can he? Okay, yeah, he can. Okay, you see, they put all the animation into Rayleigh here. They really fight? Okay, that is awesome. Casual intentions? What is he going on about? This is awesome, though. And he would probably be a swordsman like Zoro, right? That's not good. Okay, I like this. Because, like, Sanji will say, like, okay, I will only protect the women and stuff like that, but he looked over, he saw, like, okay, they're in trouble. Particularly Zoro, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'll go and defend him. Put him down. I like the fact that Usopp is like, yeah, I'm listening to my captain's orders, especially because Usopp in the past would be like, okay, bye. I don't know if he would really do that, but I'm sure the thought would cross his mind. He's clearly had a lot of development. That is horrifying. Fair enough. That was not good. Diablo Jamba. Certainly Rayleigh can't do everything for us. We gotta be able to handle someone. Did he just take that hit? I mean, I guess. Dark King Rayleigh. He's not wrong. Again, we gotta learn some of his moves. Okay, so there's clearly something to it. It's almost like maybe it negates his powers. Whatever Rayleigh was able to do can probably negate, you know, the light powers, at least for Like a time, I don't know, like create a physical body or something like that. He took that? Okay, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that was a shoulder wound, I get that. I wonder, oh, 3, okay. Monster form. 3, okay, that is a crazy sacrifice. Okay, good work, Robin. At the very least, it distracted even the pacifista. Does he recognize Chopper as the biggest threat and he's going after him now? Wait, what? He doesn't recognize Chopper as a threat, I guess, because he doesn't know what he is. Another? There's no way. What? The actual Kuma is here? Well, why? That's the actual Kuma, isn't it? That is a crazy good animation shot. What's about to happen? Something big is gonna happen if they animated that much. Yeah, it's definitely the real Kuma. He's got his Bible. Which again, the Bible is always something. When you see that and some of these other religious themes, it's like, what does that imply? Because the implications of that are so insane. Like, what if it is, I don't know if it's our world in particular, the One Piece world, in the distant future, for example, or if it's like another planet that people of our world journey to. I don't know, but it does imply like, hey, the One Piece world doesn't just take inspirations from our real world, but it could be like in One Piece universe, like the future of our world or the future of humans and stuff. Zoro will recognize it is the real deal. He'll take one look at him and be like, yeah, that's the real one. When the particles start flying, something is happening, man. Something's about to go down. Something's already going down, but it's especially going to go down. Why is he here, though? I don't know what to think with Kuma. Because Kuma is someone who it's like, he did let them escape. He also mentioned Luffy's dad, Dragon. He was like, I would expect nothing less of Dragon's son. So like, I don't think he's bad. No. Is that how they're gonna escape? He's gonna send them away? But he's actually helping them though, because they definitely would have died. Where did he send him though? He could have sent him anywhere. Okay, I see. The thing is though, I know he's helping them. Because like, one, he didn't kill him. He sent him somewhere. He even acts like, Perona, where would you like to go? She said like some dark castle. Okay, sent her away. Where would he send Zoro? I guess I'm wondering, how would they escape an admiral? Especially an admiral that can travel at the speed of light. And even when Dark King RAYLEIGH showed up, he's like, I've got to do what I got to do. Navy headquarters would lose face if I didn't come back with, them captured or I guess killed. If I had to guess, I would assume Kuma is going to send them away. What is his game? I definitely see like he has some ulterior motives here. He's not bad. Like I know he's not bad. He let them escape. He also had like that interesting comment about Luffy's dad, Dragon, which means like he probably has some, I don't know, maybe vague allegiance to Dragon. And it's like even when people who are part of the world government have helped Luffy or let Luffy and his crew live, they've always been tied to other family members. Like Aokiji let them escape essentially because, of who Garp is. And he was like, okay, well, I owe your grandpa a favor. Maybe he owes Luffy's dad a favor. So it's like, that's also something that comes up. I just see like that as a repeating theme. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening. Anyway, I guess I understand why people were like, hey, you got to watch the next episode with this one. Because that was a crazy cliffhanger. I guess on to the next. It's kind of a crazy shot of Usopp. And they don't know about like him sending people away. Why did he turn up though? Like, he turned up just in the nick of time. He also has the ability to kind of transport himself around. They were going to lose if he doesn't show up. I mean, it feels like he's here to save them. When Luffy yelled that reminds me of when they were at the Baratier, when he saw Zoro get sliced by Mihawk, and he thought he was dead. He's attacking nothing. Yeah, so he wasn't like ordered to come here or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know what is he up to? It genuinely feels to me like he's here because he was like, okay, I need to help them. I don't know why. I assume it all goes back to Luffy's dad. This is a crazy fight though here. This is honestly pretty cool. I'd like to see more of this. What, pirates can't be trusted? Okay, so he's kind of upset that Kuma's here too. Jeez, those eyes. Yeah, and you know, Perona didn't die. He asked where she wanted to go and he sent her there. Where did he send Zoro? Why would he answer you? Okay. You're clearly not. The 3 days and 3 nights. That could be pretty far. Yeah, the most tight-lipped person. Thank you. So, no more Fishman Island. Is he gonna ask the rest where do they want to go? Man, you guys are so cooked. He's... Soga King. He actually recognized him as Soga King. Because I guess he's got the same, it's from behind and he's got the same thing. You see, he's clearly, like, he's helping them. And Kizaru seems kind of pissed that he was here. He's not here for you guys. I get that, but you can't outrun this admiral. Honestly, the best way out of this seems to be Kuma. Like, I didn't know how they were gonna escape. Now it makes sense. He's gonna send them all away. Okay. I like that he referred to Zoro as a friend. Oh, I thought he was gonna send him away with that. He just bounced him off. Okay. Just get this mountain of a man. There goes Usopp. Honestly, though, this is... You guys would have been dead if he doesn't turn up. Luffy's gonna watch each and every single one of his crew disappear before his eyes. I keep forgetting these two are just fighting. What? What? What the flip did he say? I think Kuma is helping them out. Because I don't think that they were going to survive without it. Like, I didn't really know how they were going to escape. It seemed like, okay, Rayleigh, maybe him showing up, maybe he could scare the Admiral away. But no, that didn't even seem to work. And then it still seemed like, okay, no, they're going to die here. Like, I didn't understand how they were going to get out of it. Then he turned up, sent Zoro away, and I'm like, okay, I understand now. I don't know what he said to him, but I have to imagine it was probably something along the lines of like, I'm actually trying to help them out. Okay, yeah, I would assume so. Where's Kizaru?
おめえ、一体どういうつもりだい、クマ。この野郎
Okay. You can't outrun him. Jeez. Where's he gonna go? Okay, no, it just went back for now. Jesus. Help me? Like she said back in Arlong Park. That was a crazy moment. It's never been so eerie, like no music? I don't think so, it's just popping bubbles. That sunlight in the background really is nice. There's Robin and Luffy. They really are so helpless before Kuma and especially Kizaru. So he had to literally watch every single one of his crew disappear before his eyes. I think this would be a lot harder for me to watch if I didn't think Kuma was helping them out. But, like, he is helping them. It just doesn't seem like it. Jeez. Is he gonna say something to him? He's crying. Oh, is he thinking about, his crew? I got a chopper. Is he going through every single time that he asks someone to join the crew? It was interesting, right before Nami disappeared, she was like, Luffy, help me. And he usually could, he just couldn't this time. I like it when he calls him King of the Pirates. Or any of them do. It is some nice animation. Even though it's... oh jeez, man. Is he just gonna let him do it? He doesn't seem happy about this. What's your game? It seems, like I said, like Kuma is helping the Straw Hats out. Even from whatever he told Rayleigh, like, trust me. I don't, like, Kizaru, I guess he's gonna tell them, like, hey, we beat the Straw Hats or something like that. Because I guess he could technically use this and say, like, okay, well, we defeated them. But he doesn't even care to kill Luffy anymore. He's just like, you're just gonna send him away? Interesting. We will never meet again. How do you know that? It is tough to see Luffy like that. They sent them away. Jeez, look at that shot. Suffered a complete collapse. That's how they end it? Okay. I get it though. Obviously, like, it was tough to watch some of those moments. I do feel like, even while watching this, I get the feeling people were probably expecting like, okay, like I would have a bigger reaction, but I don't know. Like I was expecting something big to happen and it did. Because like the entire crew is separated, which does create an interesting dynamic of, well, I assume the entire crew is separated. Like he'd probably send them to different places. Maybe not. Maybe some of them got paired together. Now you're going to get some interesting dynamics just in foreign places and having to get back to each other. You got a lot of crazy stuff going on. But yeah, I could imagine maybe some people would be like, they probably were expecting maybe more of a reaction or like me to get a little sadder about this. I could see how this could be like a very depressing moment and be like incredibly emotional, which it is like a little emotional. But I'm also like, I just see the vision in it that like Kuma, I don't think Kuma's a bad guy. I think he's here to help them, or he was here to help them. And if Rayleigh trusted him enough to be like, okay, fine, do what you have to do, I have to imagine like he did the right thing. And even KIZARU didn't seem like the happiest about this, but even he was kind of like, okay, fine. Like, I guess he kind of was like, I don't necessarily care that much to kill the Straw Hats. You sending them away, I guess, is a good enough compromise that I could take back to headquarters and be like, okay, they were defeated or something like that. Okay, we ran into an overwhelming force, and just him breaking down, that was definitely tough to watch, but you have to imagine that has to propel him. Even with someone like Sun Wukong, for example. Like, Sun Wukong obviously got humbled at one point, which Luffy takes a lot of inspiration from Sun Wukong. He even got trapped in a mountain for a while, and then a monk comes along and he's like, hey, I'll release you, but I need you to basically be my bodyguard on this pilgrimage I'm taking. And Sun Wukong kind of reluctantly agreed at first, but this monk taught him all sorts of stuff like magic and things like that. I wonder if that's kind of like something Luffy has to go through. This was a reality check, like, hey, you're going into the new world now. I mean, I guess maybe not anymore, or not currently. It's a whole nother level from what you've faced. What do you think about this? If you want to see more of these videos, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.